I'll just briefly start with our first, speaker without any further delay. So Frida, Frida is a mechanical engineer at Swiss 212, and she was at CERN as a fellow for RF mechanical part. So Frida, the floor is yours.
So I'm very happy to be here to talk to you today. I will talk about my travel from CERN and into the space domain. So my name is Frida Eriksson. I'm from Sweden and I have a degree in mechanical engineering where I was in Linköping and I finished at 2016. And now I'm currently based in Switzerland in the Lausanne area. So my time at CERN, I was there from 2016 to 2019 on a fellowship program, and I was in the RF department, as mentioned. My main project was called Crab Cavity, and I have the feeling, I don't know about you that are at CERN right now, but I have the feeling I learned so much at my time there, both technical and soft skills. So for the technical part, I learned about RF. I didn't know anything about RF from before. I learned about clean room assembly, high tolerancing, vacuum detection, vacuum assembly. I was in the tunnel doing assembly sequence. So it was a very intense 3 years for me. But I also learned a lot of soft skills. So for example, to push my own project forward, to take responsibility and to be proactive and manage my projects. So I think these soft skills is something that I tend to forget about my time at CERN and that I think have been very useful for my future career afterwards. So not only the technical aspects, but also the soft skills that you acquire at such a nice facility as CERN is. So when after these three years, my time was up and I thought, where can I find such use for my experience? I need to find something that I think is cool, where I still learn stuff every day and I'm happy to go to work. So I was like, okay, where should I go after this? And I had a contact in a company called Big Science Sweden that started talking about a launch pad in the north. So I went back to Sweden to a company called SSC. This is in Kiruna, in the north of Sweden, so higher than the polar circle. And here they have a launch pad, they have balloon campaigns, and they also have a ground segment for satellite communication. And here I was hired as a project manager for the satellite communication part. It was a very, very cool experience. It was a very cool environment and a very global atmosphere. But I was missing a little bit the mechanical engineering side that I had experienced at CERN, and I was also missing Switzerland. So after 2 years at Kiruna as a project manager, I decided it was time to go back to Switzerland. And this is when I found Astrocast. Astrocast is a small startup in the Lausanne area. They are doing LEO satellites, and here on the pictures you're seeing 3U. So this is basically this size. I was hired to help with the design for the next generation of satellites, which is the double size. It's 6 units. And I could also help with the production of the 3-unit satellites. And I was very lucky to go with my colleagues. So we did the whole integration. We did the testing sequence for the satellites. And then we went to India to do the final integration of the satellites there and the final testing campaign. And we could actually go up into the fairing of the PSLV rockets and hand over the satellites up there, which was very, very cool. But after this experience at Astrocast, I wanted even bigger challenges. So I changed company again, actually, and this is coming up to my current position, my current role right now, which is at a company called Swiss 212, which is also in the Lausanne region. Swiss 212 are doing geostationary satellites, so much bigger than the LEO ones I was working with before. And on this image, you see a comparison between a standard geostationary satellite and our satellites, which are called humming sats. The humming sats are around 2 times 2 times 1 meter and are weighing 1 ton. So it's a big difference between the standard geostationary satellite and these small satellites. What I am here to do is I am doing the accommodation for the satellites. I make sure everything has space inside. And there's space for the propulsion, there's space for the antennas, for the payloads, for the solar arrays, and that everything can be integrated afterwards. And here is a small image of our satellites. It's a huge team effort, and we're a startup, and we're building this from scratch and developing it from scratch. So we are actually in expanding phase in the company right now. So if you're interested, you should go into swiss212.ch and you should look at open positions, because maybe there is something that is interesting for you also right now. And I think that is it for me.